So thank you so much, Junie, for joining me to share your testimony of how my Detox Naturally from Fibroids program has helped you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. So what was your experience like dealing with fibroids prior to joining my Heal Naturally from Fibroids Detox program?
So, as most of you guys probably have experienced heavy bleeding, like hemorrhaging bleeding, to the point where I'm wearing, well, not anymore. I was wearing Depends sometimes with pads, just to help with the overflow because pads do not catch everything. So I wore my Depends that was helping me, so I won't embarrass myself because there are times when I spilled over. I'm on a bus or somewhere and I would just bleed out. And half the time I probably would have changed my pad maybe like 30 minutes to an hour prior to it being like completely saturated. So that is one of them, like very heavy bleeding. Cramps were like just unbearable. And also migraines. Suffer from migraine to like sometimes from 5 to 7 to 8 days, like the duration of my period. Because my periods usually last for about 8 days. So when I started the healing journey, it actually went down to 6 days. And this is actually my second time with fibroids. My first time I did have a myomectomy, which is a surgery to remove them. I had 8 removed. This is my second time around. And I didn't want to go down the route of surgery again. So with with this program, I'm sold because I these symptoms were unbearable. It was just like I would miss work because of, having the heavy periods, really bad cramping, and the migraines. Migraines, I would have to be in a closed, dark area, no light, no noise. And yeah, it was just very unbearable.
So how did you find out about my program?
Well, I'm not a big TikToker, but my sister is, and she actually found you on TikTok and she sent me the video and she's like, "Hey, I know you've been trying a whole bunch of stuff. See if she can help you because you need to do something about this." And I'm like, "Okay." So I messaged you from your the email that you posted, and we started that journey. Then we had our initial consultation, and I said yes. And the reason why I gravitated to your message is because I've heard about some of the stuff that we've been working with, or like the supplements and stuff, and all those things that we're working together with. But I never knew how to go about, okay, when do I take it? When do I stop? With you, with your program, you had everything broken down to the morning, afternoon, evening, when to stop, when to restart. And you already, even now, like for my follow-up with my hematologist, you gave me what I need to speak to my hematologist and what blood work. So it's like finding you was like a blessing because I tried so many things, but I didn't know how to go about it. So I thank my sister tremendously for being a big TikToker to finding you and me working with you.
That's so awesome. I'm so grateful to hear of the success that you had with the program and also to, your willingness to jump on the call, to take the action to actually improve your health and to heal naturally from fibroids. What were some of the big wins that you had during the program with your healing journey?
Big win is I didn't think it was gonna just take just only a month of doing the program for me to not have heavy bleeding. My last period, because we've been working together for about 2 months now. Has it been 2 months? I think. And just after just a month, when I got my period, I didn't have not one day of a migraine. I
Wow,
went,
praise God.
yes, praise him, because
Yes.
prior to the month of me working with you, I literally took 2 days off of work because I just could not get out of bed because I was suffering so badly with the migraines. And it lasted literally 8 days. And I only wore Depends twice out
Mm,
of that I had my period, and I only had my period for 6 days. So that's a lot of wins for me. That's a lot of wins for me, because for me, I didn't really think that I was going to see such a big difference after just only 30 days. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe this. And I'm going to stick, because for me to just see such a drastic change in just such a short time, it's a win for me to follow this program until 6 months, when I do go check my my progress, and hoping that they're gone, or even like almost gone. You know what I mean? So for me to get such you know such great progress in such a short period of time, to me this is like a this is a positive road for me to like healing myself, because like I didn't
Yes.
know what to do. Like, yes, I've heard of all these herbs, I've heard of all of this stuff, but how do I put them all in one? And how
Yes.
do I take them? Do I continue them? With your program, you really broke everything down. We even have like my morning routine. You said, I told you what time I wake up. I have my, time to wake up, what to take in the morning, and I midday, my lunch, and my dinner. So it's like, for me to follow that program, for me having a person to guide me, that's what I
That's what I
needed.
needed.
So
Most certainly.
yeah, those are
And as
that's good takeaways for me. Like, I just was like really happy about it.
and I'm super grateful to have been your coach. And most importantly, you were so willing to stick with the program and highly motivated, which is huge in your healing process. So that's really, it was definitely an awesome experience working with you as well. Overall, how would you rate your experience working with me one-on-one? And would you recommend this program to other women who are interested in healing naturally from fibroids?
I give it a 10. I really do
Awesome.
recommend anyone that wants to go down this journey, because from Western medicine, they're so big on like, even my doctor, my hematologist, was like, okay, you gotta have surgery, you gotta have surgery. But then I have, and I have to say this, when I went for another consultation with a gynecologist, and he is African American, he told me I would not recommend you to have surgery. He's like, you've had it already, and depending, with your medical history, I wouldn't recommend it. So that's what even drew me even more to work with you, because like, you know what? There is something about healing with herbs and healing within yourself, because our bodies are made to heal itself. And and putting the proper
Agreed.
stuff in your body, and really nurturing your body can heal from these things. So I would recommend this to anyone that is on this journey. Invest in your body, because this is your temple. We're so used to the Western medicine, like listening to doctors that say have surgery or take these pills, but we have to understand that when we, like our ancestors way back in the day, they didn't use all this Western medicine. They used herbs to heal themselves. Why can't we continue that? So I feel like healing ourselves with natural herbs and really sticking to a routine, I feel like it's a win. And I've heard other women, do it naturally, but like I said, I did not know how to go about doing it. So having you as a coach and to guide me and to really, really dive into, especially my medical background I have, that's been, hindering a lot of, especially the bleeding. You really time um, to research what I need to do and what I need to take. And you took a lot of time to do that. And I really, really appreciate that. And I'm grateful for that, because not a lot of people would do that. They'd be like, okay, take this, take that, take this. But then you have to really look further into what's happening with me. It's not just like, okay, everyone in one, bracket. You have to work with that person individually because of what they, their medical background or whatever that's going on with them. And I thank you for really, taking your time to like research what's happening with me and what would work for me.
And thank you so much, Junie, for being such a consistent and persistent client, in taking charge of your own health. That is huge in the healing journey, that you invest in yourself, because, it's not just about simply shrinking the fibroids only, but about having total holistic health so you can achieve your dreams and your life goals and your God-given purpose. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony.
You're welcome. Thank you for being such a great coach and helping me, guiding me.